Yeah, welcome to the show, Pro Se Lawsuit Center. We provide affordable, battle-tested legal weapons that people can use to take control of the court, process. And you won't find any of our Google reviews on Google because the attorneys whined and got my Google My Business page shut down a little while back because they said I didn't have a sign in my yard. Okay, but you know what? It don't matter because we don't play around here. So every time they come with the obstacle, we're going to figure out a way. We're going to figure out a way to get on down the road because we don't roll with limitations. So we don't have limitations around here. And boy, I'm going to tell you, I have to roll by the same principles or I can't be telling y'all to do it. Oh, it gets really interesting when you're doing that over here on this side. But y'all know some of y'all keeping up. All right, so we got another review. I wanted to play this one last night too, but I couldn't get it queued up because I had too many window thingies on phone. But yeah, we got this review that came in right here. Let's just get this queued up here.
With counterclaim, they could on the file. That's what the sheriff.
Okay, let's see if we can get it started over at the beginning.
Did something, so I remained calm, which is the best thing, and I let them. Initially, I was prepared to move forward, filing against the officers that had violated my rights in this case with counterclaim as well as RICO claim with the officers violating my rights, harassment, attacking, search without warrant, an illegal arrest. All the things that had been done by the officers was outside the color of law. They had no probable cause to do any of the actions. And to be frank, I was in fear for my life the whole time.
This is Jesse. This is Jesse right here.
Officers could say that they saw a weapon. They could say that I did something. So I remained calm, which is the best thing.
Absolutely.
And I let them pretty much do what they do. I told them that I did not agree to a search. I did not consent to a search. I did not consent to any of the actions that they had been doing. The officers told me that they didn't need a warrant. That's what the sheriff or the sergeant actually told me. He didn't need a warrant to do the search. So I knew what my rights were and was prepared to file accordingly. But upon talking to Coach Neighbors, I had seen one of his videos, and miraculously, he mentioned exactly with his filings the counterclaim with the RICO. And I got extremely excited. So I contacted Coach Neighbors. Coach Neighbors looked over my situation and said to me, Jesse, we're going to focus on why they were able to do what they did to you, not what they did to you. Just follow me here. Just follow me. And I said, okay, I'm going to put my trust in your processes. I'm going to put my trust in your documentations, your due diligence, and we're going to move forward. Was very excited. Unbeknownst to me, what Coach Neighbors so eloquently stated and spoke of was exactly what was able to break the veil, break the armor of this administration, of why these officers go out and attack, violate persons' rights, why they do what they do, because this is a protection system. It's a layered system because the judges, the prosecutors, the district attorneys, the clerks, everyone is aware of what the officers are doing because it brings in revenue to their court. Thousands upon thousands of visitors a week come into the court system that rights have been violated, but they don't care. And it doesn't matter what your rights are because they're going to find a way to process you into their system, whether it's by plea, whether it's by a violation of some of their orders, because they're trying to assassinate your character. They're trying to break you down. They're trying to make you appear weak. They're trying intimidation. It's total intimidation from the beginning of the process all the way through the process. They intimidate you with steel bars, with incarceration. So I was able to see a total shift in the dynamics by filing the documents from Win in Court Now and Coach Neighbors. I was able to see a shift in the dynamics. It went from being powerless to being powerful, because once the armor is removed from this injustice system, it reveals a lot. Not everyone that's involved has to know or be aware of any of RICO actions of any of the other conspirators in this matter. But it still has to be proven by that side that they are not committing RICO. And we know that there's RICO going on. So it's very advantageous to take advantage of what Coach Neighbors offers. You're not going to find this by talking to an attorney. You know, so I met this this gentleman, Coach Neighbors, at winnincourtnow.com, and he's telling me that such and such, yada, yada. They're not going to expose themselves because they're under sworn secrecy.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to say, oh, yes, yeah, that's going to work in your favor. You have to see for yourself. You have to go through it. You have to have the jurisprudence. You have to have the determination. You have to have the guts to file these documents on your behalf and watch the shift. And I've seen it firsthand. So the prosecutors go from, this guy, he's this and he's that, and we need to ankle monitor him. We need to give him drug testing. We need to submit him for psychological evaluation, all because they're trying to assassinate your character, to cover their ass. Excuse my French. They're trying to cover their bases because there's a lot of wrong there. But they pick and prod to find whatever they can exploit in their system to cover their tracks. So when you file the documents from Coach Neighbors, winnincourtnow.com, that coat of armor is removed and everything is revealed. And then you get to see where the real power lies. So I'm going to keep updating here as we move forward in this process, because I'm looking forward to helping someone who was just like me, needed some help, needed some direction in this matter. Yes, I knew I was in the right, but focusing on the way that Coach Neighbors focuses to attack this process is the right process, is a beautiful process. And I'm thankful, I'm appreciative. And I want to say a prayer for Coach Neighbors and his safety in regards to this, because this moves mountains. And also I want to say a prayer for anyone who's in need of help out there, who's looking for justice to be served. This is the process that you want. And we'll keep you updated in the very near future. So stay tuned to the next episode of We're Getting Justice. I want to give an update and follow up on the filings in my court case.
That was Jesse, and we talked about him the other day. We helped him get out of jail a little sooner than they wanted to let him out, and then they was in a rush to let him out, and then the prosecutor had to have another hearing before they let him out to put the temporary restraining order against us. Well, Jesse said it was against me too. Hell no. All right, but you know what? So here's the thing. They can do all that stuff they want to in their administrative court. And it don't mean nothing to me. And bless your heart, Jesse, I appreciate the review and all and everything. My safety, well, God has my back, and He sends me the people that I'm supposed to be helping. So that's kind of how I look at it. My God had my back when I was locked up, and when they sent me back for a forced medication order too, because there was times that I looked down in the sand. I'm looking to see if it has my shoes, because I could better short wear my shoes. And there was not a size 16 footprint in the sand. It wasn't anywhere close. It was more like an 8.5 or something. I'm just saying. So I don't, so for me, everybody's fear of being pulled up on the side of the street, Okay, look, I did an interview for some people here a little while back, and there was some people in, whatever, and somebody brought up George Floyd, the fear or whatever, being feared like George Floyd. No, no offense against George Floyd, because nobody deserved to die on the street like that. Okay, nobody deserved that. I don't think, and I said, I can only speak for myself. Okay. I'm not going to let the situation escalate to all of that. Okay, I'm going to be like, no, dude, y'all look a little grumpy. Just slow down. Let me get down on my knees. I'm 60. I'm something. I'm old. Just looking the police in the eye without anger. At the end of the day, somebody mad because, the number one mistake 99% of the people make in these situations we're gonna take a commercial break. winningcourtnow.com. All right. The number one mistake that people make in these situations, in most situations that's connected with the court, your rights, the police, the number one mistake is thinking that you have rights. Oh, you do? No, you don't. You have rights if you was in a judicial court with the 3-judge panel that gave a crap. Okay, 3-judge panel means they're in judicial court. Sorry. Easy, coach. No, you don't have any damn rights. You got the right to remain silent, and anything you say can and will be used against your ass in a court of law. That's what they told me. Those were the extent of my rights when they arrested my ass a whole bunch of times and dragged me down there. I ain't never been convicted of nothing. Y'all slow the hell down, nor have I ever took a deal. So when you say you ain't been convicted of nothing, you better throw that thing in there about the deal right in beside, or somebody picked up the soap. I'm just saying. Oh. Okay, so when they're forced to visualize their shared liability, it becomes a situation. You only need one person to go check out. And when you bring the RICO, I add all the emails of everybody from the court that I can find, including the federal court. I have 25, 20, 32 emails address on there. Email that RICO claim, out to everybody. Let them know that I'm going to be filing the file stamp, in person, because I need to get file stamp, but I just want them. Email it to them. Force them to visualize shared liability. And what Jesse did was he filed it. He filed it the night before. So, and then he went down there with a copy, so he can, with a couple of copies, just in case he meets the sheriff on the way. Force him to visualize shared liability. And what they're doing is they make money on the backside when they get through. And Jesse, you might let them know if when you're talking to them too. That bar graph that was up in the top right, I think it was in the top right hand corner, that Julia Keck signed, scribbled on to try to make it look like it was Melissa scribbling. I think that bar graph is what to use to access your trust. I think that's what, I don't know. I could be wrong. If Julia is watching, or anybody from Richmond, Texas, or Richmond County, I don't know, whatever, then you guys should call in the show, help us with some of these facts so we can get it right. And, you know, the judges' canons, if you read them, if you've been dragged through the system and you read the judges' canons, you'll understand that it's their RICO manual. That's my opinion. That's my personal opinion. It's the RICO manual. I started to read them. I couldn't get past, just a few pages. Oh, they're supposed to be they're supposed to be this. They're supposed to be none. They ain't doing none of that. Oh, if you flip that around, that's what they got right in our face for them to do the RICO outline of the stuff. But, tonight I wanted to talk about why the judge, why is the state court still hanging around in your face? And I'm going to talk about some of these reasons why. But I don't want y'all to judge me or convict me or take any punches at me because you think I'm talking about you until I get done. All right? And then when I'm done, I'll say, all right, let me go to the cabinet. All right, y'all see what I'm saying? Because it may not be exactly what you think it could be. It may not be. Sometimes it ain't what you think it can't be, because it could be not what it really is, because you don't understand. Okay, I know. They're telling me to. Okay, so why is the judge still hanging around in the state court? It's just, I'm going to go with state court because I'm specifically talking about that at this particular time for some people. All right, so just work with me here. And keep in mind, when you roll without limitations, it could be any judge, any court. It could be your grandma. Okay, when we leave grandma out, sorry. Did not mean you got grandma in this. Just stay focused. So why is the state court judge still in your face? And I talk to people, and I remember a lot of stuff. I had a lot of time to learn how to remember stuff while I was being hauled through my 33 months of getting educated. I remember a lot of stuff. So I talk to a lot of people too. And then I listen to what people say. And it gets to the point where the words make a huge difference with me. If you start talking to me and you use the wrong words, now I've been trying to be nicer a little about it because I'm aware of it now through the training that I had to go through when I got divorced. And that I should have went through anyway, so I could learn. Okay, so why is the judge still in your face? Maybe it's the clerk. Maybe it's somebody that you still keep arguing with down there because they violate your rights. Well, okay, let's just stick with the judge because this is more hotter. It's mas caliente. Okay, so and so I had this situation with this person, and when I first started working with this person, I'm gonna call it this. It was well, it wasn't a real person. It was a horsey. Okay, anyway, so the first time this person got something in the court from in the mail from the court after they deployed some stuff, judge they're gonna like just shoot that shit down, act like they're good, and try to see if you're trembling or if you or whatever, Oh, he was beside himself. That was a long time ago. Okay, and we had to have a conversation about your emotions. Sometimes the emotions lead to the anger or whatever. So you can call it whatever you want to. Some people better if I call it emotions. Some people get mad if I call it anger. Oh, you get mad. I'm a coach. Okay, I only took a few classes of psychology. Okay, I'm just a coach, but I know from the words. I know from the words where you are, and some people don't understand that. So if it sounds like I'm giving you a hard time, it's because your words don't have you where the coach think you need to be right now. And that's going to be a problem later. Okay, so most of the time, if the judge can't get control of you, well, they can control your paperwork and stuff. If they drag you in the court, you should hold the judge accountable to making them follow statute. They're supposed to follow, not you. Just that's a little break off. Okay. But the judge, if they can't get you where you need to be, if they can't convince you to kick your own ass, I'm just going to put it right there, and give up, then they're going to call you back. They're going to call your ass back to court again. They're going to keep making you go to hell back to court until they get your ass beat down or figure something out, or until you get smarter and make them not want your ass in court. Okay, so we're supposed to go in and add the government. And I'm going to say state here because we're talking about a state, but I'm talking federal. It don't matter, so don't get that shit twisted. We're supposed to go and add the government and the judge, because the judge is getting paid by the government. Bam, there's a conflict at the gate, and the prosecutor or the attorney who is a snitch, probably stuff to them. Add them to your counterclaim for $200 million that you're going to file in their case. Bam. Okay, but how can the judge be still in charge? The judge is still in charge even though you got the case filed in federal court. Why is that? Are we back to the anger management? I mean, the emotional baggage that should be chunked out to the curb. The coach should be the only one getting to do all that shit because I'm over here. They can't do nothing. Well, they can try. They can't do nothing to me right now Okay, because they can't find me right now because not everybody knows this. All right, so and even if they could, and then I better wait till the end of the show. All right, you got no rights. You're in an administrative court that does not have judicial authority. The judges have no immunity. None of them have any immunity. Oh, you know that. Oh, wait, no, you didn't know you didn't have the rights, or you wouldn't be pivoting on that, expecting that to get you somewhere. Mm-mm. As long as you believe you have rights, and you don't add those people, the right people that we say you need to add to shut that shit down, as long as you, then they're going to keep calling you back. They're going to keep calling you back. You know why? Because the judge embarrassed, the judge can't have you like make him or her shut up and go sit down. That's, they can't just finish you off because nobody else wants to be involved. So just keep calling you back. We're going to have another hearing. We're going to have a status conference. We're going to Zoom screw you and okay, sorry. I didn't mean to put that on there in the Zoom because Zoom had nothing to do with that. But y'all know what I'm talking about. They're just going to keep having you back to court, come back again until they figure out. Oh, I already know the state judge is on the phone calling his buddies that he plays golf with over in federal court because, he's kissing their, anyway. I already know that he's calling them in state court, or the state court just calling them do some federal to tell them, dude, we got this. We got this because they jacked up. They jacked up. They didn't add the judge to the counterclaim. They didn't add the state to. They didn't add one of the three parties. So you got to get the money. You got to get the paid, and you got to get it. So you leave the money out. Bam, it's going anyway. You take out the money, but you leave the hitman or a woman, the judge. Bam, it's going anyway. Okay, so why is it that we don't take out the judge? The one that was laughing at your ass in court and mocking you and being a smart ass and just totally being disrespectful. You know why Joe's acting like that? Because you were kicking their ass. Bam. Oh, what? You expect them to say, oh, you're right, Mr. Neighbors. Mr. Neighbor. I said, I said neighbors, Mr. Neighbors. Sometimes some people get my name wrong. So okay. I gotta stay focused. Okay, so why you want to finish off the judge? You want to finish off the judge in the judge's court. Oh, you ain't adding the judge to this. You're going to add everybody to it except the judge, because you're going to finish the judge off over there. Because the judge started this. Oh. It's a situation now. Oh, wait. If we're not following what the coach said we should be doing because of the real-time feedback that came in from a whole bunch of people, some of them got their ass kicked. I'm just saying, let's keep it real. Then you're coaching yourselves. I'm just saying. Then you're coaching yourselves. Okay? But why? Because just piss you off. You're going to make her pay. You got rights. You got the right to shut the hell up. You're in administrative court. the judge can do whatever the hell the judge thinks she or he can get away with without being sued. Oh, there's a word. There's a word. People go into their court. Oh, I'm going to prove. I got evidence. I had a young man call me yesterday. Wanted to pay me to review his junk. Now, I didn't call it junk at the gate. You know, I told him, look, man, I'm not going to take your money to read your stuff when I can tell just from talking to you that you've done this in the conventional system, which means the judge is going to throw it out. And he had some administrative process and this, you know, it's administrative stuff. Okay, they're going to tell you, well, you have to go to judicial court to get administrative to make it, you know, to make it happen. To, you know, administrative. Now we ain't voting on no money. No, judge ain't no. Oh wait, but in the other administrative court over here with us, there's money and all this other shit going on. Well, wait. All because we didn't check our emotions at the curb and do everything in the process that we need to do because it made us look weak. The judge made me look stupid in front of everybody over there. I ain't moving over there yet. But you don't understand. You don't understand. As long as you keep showing up over there, the judge is looking slick as shit. And then pretty soon, most people get thrown out the back door. When you chop the judge's legs off, chop them off, no, we don't chop off nothing. That's too much work and it's a little messy. No, we like to make them give up, tap out. I never done that, so I'm not sure. I never had to count the lights either. I boxed for 5 years. I ain't never had to count the lights. No, we want to make them tap out. We want to punish them and make them visualize a shared liability and go sit there happy as a down. But you can't do that if you want to get revenge because you have rights. You want to know what right I'm going to tell you have? You have the right to protect your damn family and keep your family in foremost out there in front. Everything that you're doing or that you've done or should be doing should be to protect your family as a team. Not because you're there, you thought you looked like shit over here. Okay, because here's the thing. If they're making you look like shit and doing all of that, it's because you're kicking their ass and wasting your time. Because if you add them to their own shit, file that in the ads, add them as plaintiff to the counterclaim, and shove that $200,000 counterclaim in there. You don't even have to serve them. I email them all my stuff anyway. I don't even send nothing out in a letter or shit anymore. Oh, and failure to state a claim, that's total BS. Attorneys come out with that BS and the judges agree with it to throw you. Anger management. Now, I'm going to go out here on this limb because I said at the gate that I was. Okay? I don't want nobody to, to have attitude that he's talking about me, talking about, whatever. People get stuck in that mindset. The judge is not smarter than anybody. The judge didn't control law in the courtroom. At that time, I'm thinking, if you didn't sue the judge and make them go sit the hell down, then I'm thinking he's a little smarter than you. But he ain't smarter than everybody. Oh, the anger management. Okay, so I'm going to tell you, because if that's you, you're probably thinking, "Oh, damn, coach, I was trying to do whatever. No, slow down. I told y'all don't be judging me yet, or y'all ass, or anybody else. We've been playing this on the dog. She's sleeping down there. Okay, because I got something else to say here before this is done. I'm in the same boat, or I was in the same boat. I'm just saying, I was in the same boat. Judge talking crap. Oh, hell no. Dude, one time I stood up 7 times to make the judge have to, have to redo the hearing, and they have to do all this ritual crap. 7 times, and they were so mad. 7 times, dude. I have to share some of my stuff, dude. At some point, it gets down to, we're just gonna piss these people off. I ain't judging nobody, because I was the same damn way. All right. I'm going to call it rolling without limitations. Okay. I'm going to say those are word patterns. I'm making up my own words that make winners. Oh, those are right, but you got to learn how to channel that fear in the fuel. You got to have to channel that anger into the beat down that you're giving them when you're doing your research. It's all about education. It's about the facts. The facts, Jack, trump all of that. I could go on for me. The facts, Jack, trump what they bring in they hat. Don't open that sack without the Okay, sorry. I'm kidding. I need to. We need to take a commercial break. I need a cocktail. Oh, sorry. I thought I was someplace else. Patterns that make winners. Those are the people who who refuse to set limitations on themselves. Those are the people who refuse to believe that they can't. Allergy jacking with me today. I'm about to die, and not even just. Okay, so the number one thing is that everybody's stuff is the same. Everybody's stuff's the same. Now, I tried to do the check down a couple of live streams ago, because you just say, stuff's a criminal, whatever. Okay, but criminal statutes, even federal criminal statutes, because we already know statutes and codes are not valid laws at the state level. Federal criminal statutes are not valid laws either. They don't have enacting clauses, titles, or bodies. They're not valid laws. And Title 18 was never ratified. So, that's where they have most of it. And the government cannot be an injured party. Are you kidding me? How the hell is the government an injured party? And the government don't have arms or legs. They don't have any. Okay, so I think you guys. Okay, so when we follow the process and get the stuff shut down, and sued the state court judge and sued and served them the federal lawsuit. They have to dismiss the state case. Yeah, divorce case dismissed. Go my foster kids divorce case. That's and other people have done this. I did it myself with that case, and I had a whole thick file because I was just messing with these people for 7 months until finally they started trying to do too much slick shit. So we just went ahead and we had the judge's property down the street, and we're gonna pick that lawsuit up here in the next week or two. It's sitting over there because we didn't serve them yet, but it's filed. Oh yeah, we're gonna get over there and take care of that. Oh, so if you follow the process, the judge is going to be way more embarrassed when his or her ass has to show up to federal court. And you already told the federal court judge to make their ass come to the settlement table, okay? Because they can't respond to nothing that you filed in state court you got from her, okay? Because you can't respond to federal case law and federal acts with statutes and codes. It don't go that way. You can file higher court case, but no, you can't do that. I wonder why the attorney ain't told you could do that. Oh, so anything that you get from winincourtnow.com, they're not going to be able to respond to on the state level. They can't. It don't matter what you file. If you add the judge, you add the state, you add that, they're toast anyway. And that's a new way we've been jamming them up. Before that, we stopped them just because they couldn't respond. But people had a hard time grasping that. It's so simple. I'm like, dude, I played football and box. Those are two things not smart people do. So I ain't trying to buy into all that case law bullshit. I already been through the system. Okay, I'm gonna buy into what the hell I understand. Okay, so now I gotta do some education. Oh, I done that for you. And now we've been stopping the state court process. Bam, lickety split. And when they show up at federal court, you already telling the federal court judge, I'm going to need you, judge your ship. Okay, I should probably leave that alone. I'm going to need you to order them to the settlement table here in federal court. I need you to order them to the settlement table. Okay, because I filed a complete certified copy of the state court docket sheet with all the stuff I filed, all the stuff they ignored, all the crap they filed trying to get, none of that, that was that certified copy of the state court docket sheet was my evidence in my federal filing to prove that everybody's stuff is the same. I don't know why I get mad when I say that, because so many people, everybody's stuff is the same. So, Judge, I'm sorry for yelling at you, your shiplet, your Lord, everybody's stuff is the same. So I'm going to need you to order them to the settlement table here in federal court because, number one, they can't answer to federal case law and federal acts, even in federal court, unless they have a federal bar card. Bam! And you can get yours from winincourtnow.com and got it marked down $25. No, could it be that simple? Could it be that simple? Could it be that their own rules pretty simple over here? I mean, I don't mind working hard if I have to, but hell, If I don't have to, I'd rather teach that. Okay, so if they can't respond, then they're gonna have to get a federal attorney. I haven't had anybody yet tell me that they was able to get, because they would have called me back, and I would have, I would, I would have took that job real cheap. Now, okay, so why are you ordering them? You're ordering them to sell them that. Okay, let's get past the fact that they couldn't respond down there. They can't respond here. Let's focus on the evidence. Okay, now you just filed the certified copy of the complete docket sheet from federal court showing all of their crap that they were doing or not doing, or they're doing, not doing. You file that to show that your rights were violated last week, a few days ago, when you went to get the thing. Your rights were violated by the court. Oh, the why. Oh, we're back to the why. The why everybody's stuff is the same. Oh, see how we put that together? Why everybody's stuff is the same. You guys just. Everybody's stuff is the same. Now you're proof that you were violated with the court process yesterday, last week, and not all that jail stuff or the foreclosure crap or whatever the hell was the reason why they dragged you in there in the first place to serve your ass up. Now you twist the whole, and I'd be like, I filed the counterclaim down there for $200 million, and they couldn't respond to it. You can see right here on the docket sheet, they didn't respond. They can't respond because and this is what I would tell the federal judge. Okay, in the interest of preserving. Okay, sorry. let me take. I need to be serious. All right, sorry. In the interest of preserving the federal court's resources, and if the judge is looking at you funny, he might say, and protecting your ship, judge. Okay, leave that part. I didn't come out right. Yeah, y'all know what I'm saying. Oh, it's not looking good for somebody. Now, we ain't trying to have to sue everybody because we need somebody to make a determination and do the right thing. But my legal team was saying something about a supplemental pleading and whatever. So I want people to understand what you learn here is not theory. It's not sovereign citizen stuff or whatever. It's the facts. The facts trump all of their stuff. And that's pretty much it. The fact, the facts, they ain't even going to get to the case law. They're not going to get to the case law. You're not in a judicial court. So you need to stop it and get the hell on out of there. People worried about getting the judge back. Well, I'm like, I'd rather be suing the judge for RICO and filing the notice of preservation document in the federal court to start the seizure of the judge's office and all the equipment, the whole building, whatever. Oh, without limitations. We have like 4 people that used the foreclosure RICO eviction package, and they're still in their houses. So that's we have more than that, but that's like recently. and I actually helped with them personally, all of them. So I need to give myself reviews for that, or give myself reviews, video reviews. That's what we do now, or audio. You can. And I'm still trying to learn how to get the audio review around or whatever. I'm working it out. Okay, so this situation that I'm talking about at the top of the show about, you know, your emotional anger. Okay, you could also be getting played by the clerk. Okay, so I'm just going to throw that out. You could be getting played by the clerk too. And when I say that, okay, if you show that you're angry and you don't have what you need to kick, if you had what you need to kick their ass, why you wouldn't need to be angry? I'm just saying. But when you throw that on the table, that's what they know they can use to control you with, because you're angry because of the fear. And I'm not going to downplay anybody's fear or anger. Believe me, to what I've been through, there's no way, because it's totally justified, but it's getting in your way. Okay, that's the situation. It's getting in your damn way. So justification getting in your way, and it's not justified. Okay. Let me back out of that one. Oh, you know what I mean. No, I've been through it too, so can't nobody tell me because you don't know. Yeah, I do. I know way more than what most people, until you've sent back with a forced medication order and think that any day they're going to come with these big dudes and haul you off. It's. But you know what? If you look back, well, you're going to turn into the pillar of salt, so you don't want to do that. Guys, if you got somebody you want, our core documents now, our main documents are 149. Since we've been questioning the state court process a whole lot easier than we did when we first started doing this. The documents are, we want to set it up where you don't have to spend $900 to get the 42 USC false arrest, false imprisonment document that we use in the prosecutor eliminator package. That document is $149 right now. And the documents for the foreclosure stuff, if you don't have enough to get the whole $300 package or the $600 package, $149 to get you the main document that you need to file in the case to $149. I think I'm done now. I had to go to the dentist today, and I can actually feel it now. It's starting to hurt. I want my mommy. Thank you guys for the value of sharing your time. And I'll see you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be back. I need to put a banner with my number on it there too, so you can see what my number is. Now, it works out better when you call me if you go to the website and take a look at your options that you have. So when you call me, we can talk about those options and be talking about going forward, because everybody's stuff is the same. What you need to be looking at is whatever you can afford. Keep it in mind, obviously, that the more you can afford, the more fun you're going to have, and the less work you're going to have to do to have that fun. But we're trying to set it up now, so there's no reason that everybody can't step up and start punching some people in the face instead of facing this foreclosure eviction situation and not thinking that they have a chance. Because you always got a chance. I got my badge right there. I got the other badge right here too. My dog tried to chew on it. She didn't like the badge. So, and that's all right. I think she came from a black neighborhood. Yeah, I know. People tell me I don't want to hear my black jokes. Okay. Come on now. Okay, I can make a couple of them. Okay, because I've been like this whole, Okay, but it's bad. It's bad because everybody told their kids don't bring home no black boys. Okay, then you got Black Lung, Black Friday, Black Leg, Black Plague. Okay, I'm gonna leave the black thing alone. I need to get on out here and go get something to snack on. Oh wait, I forgot to say hi to everybody. Yeah, we the real time feedback is helped us be able to stay in the tread when we under the bus. Yeah, you gotta stay in that tread while you're under the bus. And when you live under the bus, you know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Stay in that tread. Or you're sticking and moving. That's the other. Well, I'm not sure what you have to hit me up in one of our coaching communities. We apply what we do by adding them to the counterclaim and filing it in their case. We just stop the state court process by adding them to their own stuff. It's that simple. And then they can't litigate a case third party to. They can't represent each other. They can't represent other people from their law firm. Oh, everybody got a situation. And that's the way we learn how to do it. Because going into their court and waiting for them to rule? Be fair? Notice y'all asses? We still waiting on that, but we ain't waiting no more. Excuse me. We are not waiting anymore. No, I'm hiding out. I'm in an undisclosed location. They know where I'm at. And they was following me around for a while. They may still be. I don't know. I don't care. Shit, I've been followed around so much. I have no idea. You don't have any rights unless you're willing to do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes, unless you're willing to do that. And not a lot of people are. So thank God that we figured out some things around here how we can get this handled without getting to that point. Now, if you got property, the best tip I'm going to leave for y'all on the table is to get the fraudulent conveyance package and put that lien against your own property. The fraudulent conveyance, you do the fraudulent conveyance first, and then you follow it up another day with the list pending lien. You don't want to do them both at the same time because they'll really freak out. And fraudulent conveyance is just saying that you're claiming that your deed, your mortgage, your shove is being stolen with the shuffling of paperwork, which is a whole lot easier to explain than all that mortgage fraud, real estate defraud, and all that stuff. And then you follow it up with a list pending lien. So you put the lien against your own property. And so the reason you do that is because it moves you up to the number one lien holder spot in my head. When you challenge the stuff for fraudulent conveyance, you're talking about having at the gate. At the gate, that's where you want to start. If you don't start at the gate, it's too late. It's not too late to get back to the gate, but no. Okay, so you start at the gate. And when you do that, you make your own property toxic. Now, think about it. The way their system is structured, the state's the one stealing your property because they stole your deed at the gate. Well, right after you left the gate, they took, well, they did some stuff to it first. And they signed a stamp, paid you the order of honor, yada, yada, yada. Then they process it through the Federal Reserve for electronic credits. And those electronic credits is what they're saying was the alleged mortgage loan. Okay, but Modern Money Mechanics is a publication put out by these people that know way more about the fracking and banking system. They said that those fools are granted 9 times the amount that went into a demand deposit account. 9 times. 9 times the amount. And then they wrote a check for one, Okay, but that's not the shit of it. Okay, the shit of it is that your statute for property transfer mandates that your deed's supposed to be delivered. Read that shit. And it says it's not conveyed, yada, 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 until it's delivered. But they didn't deliver. They did what they call their constructive delivery. And they registered the deed in their office. And that registration allowed the first illegal lien to be put on your property. And the first illegal lien in my head was the mortgage lien. Okay, Coach, you're talking crazy. Uh-huh. It was the mortgage. That's my opinion based off of the real-time feedback and my own homework, bam, together. All right, so let's just check it down. If there were several people who own property, all of those owners would have to be present to sign the lien, right? Okay, so the fact that the alleged lender accepted your signature on that shit proof that you owned it already, and I smell stink. Okay. So, I've had a couple of attorneys, I ain't trying to just stand on one thing. Okay. So here's my question that I asked them if they still want to talk shit. I asked them, let me ask you this. I'm not as smart as you guys. So my question is, if your deed was not registered in their office, would they be able to verify that there was a mortgage lien against your property? That was the hoster. Okay. I don't know. I'm not that smart. I'm just saying, if your deed was not registered in the office, would they be able to verify that there was a mortgage lien against your property? Oh, wait. Who from the bank signed the documents that they're saying? I don't think anybody from the bank. I don't think anybody from the bank signed it. Well, okay, let me slow down. While you were there and you were making the first deal. Then after you left, they did some stuff and made another deal. Okay, so the number one goal should be to get your deed out of their office. And that should be the number one goal for everything. Everybody's stuff is the same in property, tax for lien, HOA lien, doesn't matter. HOA is easiest stuff to get beat down because what I tell people, if I'm living in HOA or whatever, I'm getting screwed already. I'm just going to throw that on the table, okay? Because you don't own nothing. You only own the sticks. But what I tell people, the HOA, they're trying to lien jump. The HOA is trying to lien jump, and there's no way in hell that the HOA can move up to the number one lien spot. Because the number one lien spot has to be in the mortgage company. That's the fraud in the first place. Okay, so how do you make them go sit down? It's easy. You just add the HOA to the top of the list above the state. Remember? Forcing them to visualize their shared liability. Bam. Okay, when you add the H, because the HOA is lien jumping, they don't have authority to do none of that shit they're doing. But the corporate attorneys from all of these corporations allow this shit and don't hold nobody accountable because they're all making money from it. But when you hold them, to the same liability for the mortgage fraud, not the roof leaking or the outside or assessment shit, that's all ridiculous. Why? Hold them accountable for the why. Why were they, when you do the why thing, why were the HOA able to violate you? Because these people already did and set it up. And now you're going to sue them for them violating you. Oh, them people are going to be saying, oh, no, dude, why are you causing all these trouble? Go sit your happy ass down. It's too late. It's más tarde. It's too late. God, some people ain't having it no more. It's too late to wait. You got the right to shut the hell. Okay, sorry. I like saying that because people think they have rights. People ain't got no damn rights unless you're willing to do whatever it takes. And, with the real-time feedback, hey, welcome, Gerald. With the real-time feedback that we get from people like Gerald. Gerald been in the program for a long time, and I'm not sure who the Hope Foundation is. I don't know, some of you guys, Private Confidential, has been around for a while. I think I know who that is. Some people here on the sly, and that's all right, baby, because they punching somebody in the face down there somewhere. Oh. And I don't care. I've had attorneys come and hang out. And a couple of them call me too. And they're welcome. They can learn how to tone this down just a bit so they can actually help somebody. Shit, I'm in all the way. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about, man. Using the same case number. I didn't know what you're talking about because we talk about so much stuff. I'm sticking and moving. Okay, guys, thank you guys for the value of sharing your time. I'm going to get out here and go grab me something to snack on and get to bed. It's running late. Yeah, call me, Joe. So call me sometime. Yeah. I remember who people are being in my program. So.